A cure to diabetes?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to sell that cure in the marketplace?
I would want to distribute it to everyone for free.
But
that's why I'm in the field, because
Can you name one example of one thing that's ever been given out for free by the government? Because there's nothing that's free. It's paid for by somebody at some point at some level of distribution.
Okay, I mean, how about Jeff Bezos, who has like $50 billion or something? He can afford to pay for that, right?
How did Jeff Bezos get his money?
By exploiting his laborers and not paying them enough.
If he's exploiting them, why do they work for him?
Because they don't have another opportunity to get a job.
There's more job openings available in America than actually people we have to fill the jobs. There's 7 million job openings. People at Amazon say they love their jobs. Their wages are going up. They get health care. They get health insurance. They get promoted.
I mean, you cannot honestly believe. Like, can you really, in good faith, say that that's a good job that people like?
Have you ever used Amazon?
No, I actually no. I don't buy from them.
You use Starbucks.
Okay.
So Starbucks, that's a billionaire. You know how rich Howard Schultz is? He's worth $5 billion. So you're participating in his exploitation.
Starbucks has better working conditions for their employees, though.
Well, how do you know that?
Because they have like a $15.
Right from the start, some students criticize wealthy business owners for taking advantage of workers, all while drinking Starbucks, a company built by that same system. The irony is noted, with Charlie highlighting how it seems inconsistent to challenge the system while still relying on it. This is where the debate begins to intensify.
Starbucks billionaire good, Amazon billionaire bad. Just sort of.
I would not like either of them to be billionaires.
Then why are you buying Starbucks? You're participating in the market economy.
Well, it's impossible to buy things without participating in the market economy.
You could have went to a farmer's market. You could have bought something outside.
There's no farmer's market here.
There's no local coffee in Columbus at all.
No,
There's
not near my house.
Non-billionaire coffee distributors.
No, and I think that just
you could have gotten local. Huh? You could have gone That Guy Donuts. They don't serve Starbucks coffee. The point is, it's very easy to critique billionaires while you swish your Starbucks latte back and forth. Made possible by a guy that wanted to become a billionaire. Why? Because of a profit motive.
This was made possible by the workers who made it, not by some guy.
No, it's actually made possible by you, the consumer. The workers wouldn't have a job if you didn't buy their product. And guess what? It took Howard Schultz to risk everything, take out 2 mortgages on his house, to start Starbucks in Seattle on a total idea when people thought he was nuts and crazy, so that you can sip your latte and tell me how much you hate capitalism.
I actually never said that.
You said the workers should own the means of production, and you said that you want government to run healthcare. So.
I didn't say that either, although I do believe that the workers should own the means of production.
I just think it's pretty disgusting that you referred to AOC as the bartender, because that job is just as important as manipulating money on the stock market.
Is it factually inaccurate?
What?
Is it factually inaccurate that she was a bartender?
No, that's
why is
accurate.
it disgusting?
What?
So why is it disgusting?
You can call the president a billionaire real estate developer. I don't care.
I think it's demeaning to her by just calling her a bartender. You know?
It's demeaning to talk about someone's work history?
No, but the way you said it made it sound like that's
okay. I used to bartend and waitress. Okay. So what's your question?
Okay. Never mind. But
then comes a bigger twist. The students argue that jobs aren't truly accessible and that people lack real opportunities. The host adds nuance, pointing out that while openings exist, many graduates, especially in tech, face challenges due to outsourcing and visa issues. This makes the debate more complex and less one-sided. Later, a moment arises when a past job of a public figure is mentioned. Some see this as dismissive, but Charlie reframes it as simply a matter of qualifications being relevant. This shift highlights how much of the discussion relies on emotional perspectives versus grounded reasoning.
I was wondering, Candace, why you didn't debate Kyle Klinsky from Secular Talk. What he says is that he was in coordination with the people at Politicon, and they actually said that you weren't ready for debates.
Okay, so this is one of the weirdest internet rumors I've ever heard about myself. I didn't attend Politicon. Because I was in my sister's wedding. So I don't know why someone thought I was debating someone in California when I had a wedding in Connecticut, but I never, it's just an internet myth.
Will you do it next year?
I don't really, who's Kyle Klinsky?
Yeah, it's kind of like punching down for Candace, to be honest, so.
I'd like to debate AOC.
I respectfully disagree.
I'll take a Democrat candidate. We're not, I mean.
I talked to Kylie's and I talked to him on stage. We debated. It was fine. It was fun.
Just kind of like
Candace says
trolling a little bit. So there's.
Also, Mike Gravel 2020.
Thank you for your.
Let's recap what was said in these clips. The central point made is that capitalism, despite its flaws, creates opportunities, products, and jobs that alternatives like socialism often struggle to replicate. The speaker underscores this by reminding students that every time they buy coffee, order from Amazon, or post from their iPhones, they are participating in the very system they criticize. That contradiction becomes the foundation of the exchange. Instead of leaning on abstract theory, he uses everyday examples to make the point. On the other side, the students focus on themes of inequality and exploitation, arguing that billionaires accumulate wealth while workers face difficulties. However, when pressed, their answers often circle back to the lack of alternatives rather than offering concrete solutions. Debate requires more than criticism, it also demands viable options, and those were less present here. The host adds another dimension by raising concerns about H-1B visas and graduate unemployment. This highlights that while capitalism produces opportunities, structural challenges, like outsourcing and stagnant wages in some industries, also need serious attention. Neither unregulated markets nor sweeping redistribution provide complete solutions on their own. The truth is more nuanced. Capitalism generates growth but can be misused, while socialism emphasizes fairness but can struggle in practice. Where the speaker gains ground is by pointing out contradictions. You can't participate in systems like Starbucks or Amazon while rejecting the foundations that make them possible without acknowledging the irony. Using real-world examples, such as how companies were built, how jobs are created, and how wages have shifted, he moves the conversation out of theory and into practice, where many ideological claims are tested. That said, his case isn't without blind spots. Relying on job opening statistics overlooks the lived experience of many workers, particularly in specialized fields. Simply pointing to millions of openings doesn't mean those jobs are accessible or fairly compensated. Dismissing all critiques of capitalism risks ignoring valid concerns, such as declining local economies or limited upward mobility in some industries. The most productive debates recognize both strengths and weaknesses. Ultimately, this exchange shows the contrast in approach. The students lean on broad appeals to fairness and morality, while the speaker leans on examples and practical contradictions. The broader lesson is that consistency matters. Critiquing billionaires while supporting their companies, or defending markets without acknowledging their flaws, weakens both sides. Real debate pushes people to clarify their positions, propose solutions, and wrestle with trade-offs. The optimistic takeaway is that discussions like these are valuable. They reveal weak arguments, challenge assumptions, and remind us that debates aren't about scoring points, they are about uncovering truth. Whether you agree with the speaker or sympathize with the students, the important part is moving beyond slogans toward real, workable ideas.